So I keep reading the article. Excuse me? So here's how it works. If you want to update the firmware of your AirPods, you connect them to a charging device.
Okay.
And open them, leave them near your iPhone, and then when Apple deems the time to be right, they will push a firmware update to your AirPods. And I was like,
oh my God.
What if I'm having a problem now? See, this is my problem with Apple. I have no issue with things magically working. In fact, I'm a big fan of stuff just working in my life.
Yeah.
The problem is that Apple is so dedicated to this it just works philosophy that they seem to, it seems like their brains just jam when something doesn't work. And I remember having this experience a number of years ago when I switched to Mac.
Yeah.
And I was using the iMac, I think it was the iMac 5K as my daily driver for a month. And I had this issue where I knew that there was a file in this folder in Finder that was there, or it was like a network directory or something that wasn't loading or wasn't updating correctly. And I was trying to figure out how to update the damn thing, how to force refresh it. And I found out that in Finder, you may not do that. And the only responses I could find were that, well, it should show up. Right, it should. But what about when it doesn't?
Yeah.
There has to be recourse for that. And so this is exactly the same thing. So I left it there for a while, I walked away, and it just didn't update. So I was like, okay. So I connected it, and then I connected the phone too, and I left them for another half an hour, and I came back, and it did. And I'm like, oh, thank goodness. I'm running the latest version of the firmware now. What if it didn't? Then what? It's just so stupid to me. It's like this whole thing where apply buttons have gone out of fashion.
Yeah.
Well, it should just update on. Well, what if it doesn't? What if I just want the peace of mind of knowing that it's done?
What I like is when it does it automatically, but there's also a button that cues it up.
Ugh.
What?
I don't like that.
Why?
Because I want my button to be I want the button to be the gatekeeper. When I press the update button, I want it to update, not before and not after. Unless I check automatic updates, but I still want a button to check. I just want to know. And the other thing, the other stupid thing too. Once I got to the menu, I had to just Google whether the firmware version I had was current. It didn't say there's an update.
Current version or
it's
something.
just like, it just, AB585, whatever. Like it was just like literally a string of 5 characters. That's the firmware version. It doesn't say if there's a new one. Drives me nuts.
So one thing before we move on from this Apple topic is, can you switch back to my screen?
Yeah, I sure can.
So I noticed this while you were talking.
Yeah.
It's not cut off. At the very top, just a little gray banner thing. Get 6% daily cash back when you buy from Apple and pay with Apple Card until December 31st.
Pretty sick.
Broadcasted on the Mac Pro webpage, where you will very possibly be buying a multi-$10,000 computer. And then you go learn more, and it's like, you get it in a bunch of places and stuff, whatever. But I bet you they're getting a ton of card signups just due to how expensive their computer is.
Yep.
Which is kind of amazing.
Yep. In fact, it wouldn't surprise me if they're getting like corporate card signups too, because that's what I would be after if I was them, getting those corporate cards switched over to Apple cards, so that all them corporate expenditures, like our credit card, because we put everything on it. Why not? We get benefits from ours as well.
Yeah. Not
6% cash back. That's pretty sick.
Well, it's
so don't
temporary.
buy that much stuff from Apple.com.
Yeah, it's I think you get 3% from elsewhere, but only till December 31st or something. But yeah, whatever. I find that amazing because corporate. I mean, if you're buying 30 of these, and they're like $15,000 version or something like that.
That's like painful.
Yeah,
that's painful. We're
like,
buying one, and I'm already like trying to figure out how to do the review within 15 days so we can return it.
Let's go 16 core.
Not even joking.
96 gigs.
Like I don't want to keep that thing. What do I need an expensive computer for?
Highest end single G